It's a snowy February in Midtown Manhattan, and Charlemagne the God has a song on his lips. Oh, it's the Tom Joyner Morning Show, he sings, while sitting in a small conference room at iHeartMedia headquarters, where he co-hosts the nationally syndicated daily radio show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne, 46, easily summons the Johnny theme he grew up listening to as he discusses the influences who helped steer him into the career he enjoys today. The South Carolina native, born Leonard Larry McKelvey, is a popular radio and podcast host, author, commentator, comedian, and actor. He's a good example of how versatile talent can soar across disciplines in this media-saturated age. As his public profile has grown, so has Charlemagne's determination to parlay his considerable following into the foundation for a portfolio of media imprints, from books to podcasts to feature films, designed to create artistic opportunities and jobs for Black people. Literally, I live by the motto that if what you build only benefits you, it's not big enough, Charlamagne says. I always want to live up to my full potential as a Black man on this planet. The cornerstone of Charlamagne Incorporated is The Breakfast Club, which reaches many millions of listeners a week via radio, online, podcast, and TV platforms. 5 hours a day, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. weekdays, Charlamagne and his co-hosts, DJ Envy and Jess Hilarious, riff on the day's headlines, take calls from listeners and interview celebrities, authors, civic and business leaders who want to reach the show's young, urban listeners. The power of Breakfast Club and Charlamagne as a cultural influencer was underscored last October when Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris sat with him for We the People, an audio town hall, an interview special that made international headlines. A generation ago, Joyner's nationally syndicated show was a forerunner of The Breakfast Club, with its focus on news, lifestyle, and cultural subjects of interest to Black audiences. But Joyner's theme song is lodged forever in Charlemagne's heart for another reason. It reminds him of driving to school in the morning with his mother, Julie, and Ford McKelvey, who taught high school English. His mother's devotion to Joyner's show, which ended in 2019, made an impression on Charlamagne. It also set a high bar that he is proud to have reached with the growth of The Breakfast Club since that program began in 2010. Every single morning, it was Tom Joyner. Charlamagne recalls of his high school days. I was thinking the other day, we Tom Joyner now. Because we're on in 100+ markets throughout the country. The combination of The Breakfast Club, airing on local radio stations in big cities and being available on demand via iHeart's website and YouTube has vaulted Charlamagne into the elite company of bold-faced entertainers who are known for their skill at juggling more than one media gig at a time. When you look at Mario Lopez or Steve Harvey or Ryan Seacrest, Howard Stern, Bobby Bones, these people still get up every day to do morning radio because it's literally the foundation that we all stand on, Charlamagne says. How many people have watched American Idol because Ryan was on morning radio telling them to watch it? Charlamagne has emerged as a voice of his generation, one that crosses demographic lines. It's a responsibility he takes seriously as the captain of a 4-hour daily show that runs the topical gamut from profound and sublime to sophomoric and ridiculous. I am blessed, Black, and highly favored and happy to be here another day to serve our beautiful listeners, he says on air near the top of every show. It's his signature, Breakfast Club, opening that Charlemagne's rise in media is emblematic of the industry's digital revolution. He credits the internet as the great leveler that allowed his voice to emerge on a national stage on his own terms, not through the lens of TV shows or movies produced by other people. It's something he's keenly aware of as he takes on more authority as the name on the door of his various imprints. Charlamagne has something that's very unusual in that he's both right brain and left brain, says Bob Pittman, chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia. He's both a wildly creative guy, but also a really great businessman. He really understands business and understands that side of the world. Pittman continues, what we've been able to do is support Charlamagne as he says, look, I've got an idea for this, I've got an idea for that. As a host, Charlamagne understands who other great talents are, and he's able to relate to them. He's able to help them shape their ideas.